and fun.
Dice, no es una crítica a Stark, pero cuando la he cogido la Stark se siente realmente juguetona y
And then,
divertida.
like, all these exciting
Claro, está diciendo, la Honda se siente como una moto de competición. Y la Stark se nota como más divertida. Dice, no es una crítica.
things.
Vemos este vídeo y con este nos despedimos hoy. Hoy va a ser un streaming cortito, pero podemos verlo, ¿no? Lo subieron ayer. Esto es del extracto del podcast que hizo con Gypsy Tale con Trey Canard. Porque Trey Canard corrió en Japón con el prototipo de Honda eléctrico. Antes de que estuvieran... Bueno, no sé si estaban ya saliendo las Star o no, pero era al principio que Honda sacó un prototipo. Y Trey Canard fue a Japón a correr. Y él recuerdo que después en la entrevista dijo, está bien, tal cual, dice, pero es otra cosa. Lo recuerdo perfectamente. Y dijo, yo lo encajaría en una categoría aparte. Lo dijo él directamente. Pero bueno, a ver qué dice aquí.
You touched on the E. What was that experience like? You actually
¿Cómo fue
raced
esa
one of my good
experiencia?
friends, Jay Wilson.
Yeah.
He rips, eh?
Yeah, dude, I was
Were
pretty
you
impressed.
pleasantly surprised?
I was, yeah. No, I remember Taiichi Honda, who is kind of over HRC off-road kind of motocross, asked me like in January, "Hey, are you interested in racing?"
His name's Honda,
Yeah.
and he works for Honda.
Yep.
Legend.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Imagine if he worked at Yamaha.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because one of our development team's guy's name is Takuya Suzuki.
I was going to say it's probably Suzuki.
Recuerda que si necesitas recambio o cualquier accesorio, puedes escribirme al mail o Instagram que tienes en la descripción y así me ayudas a que esta comunidad siga creciendo. Dale duro.
We call him Suzuki.
Un trabajador del equipo de desarrollo se llama Takayo Suzuki.
I mean, they say Suzuki-san. You know, it's kind of just odd for me. You know, it's like Smith here in America, but
yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Are you interested in doing this?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, I've raced in Japan before. Like,
What an amazing country.
yeah, dude, incredible. Like, just the chance to go
Dicen,
back
qué
there.
país tan maravilloso. Es verdad, tío. Tengo algún conocido que ha viajado a Japón, pero no nada que ver con las motos. Y me dicen que es muy guapo, tío, para visitarlo. Que es muy guapo.
Sign me up, you know.
Yeah.
And they gave me a decent bonus structure, and I'm thinking, yeah, dude, it'd be sick. I'll just go race this e-bike, maybe make some good money, and it'll be fun. Like, and then I started watching some videos and following some of the races. I'm like, dude, this guy kind of rips.
Yeah, and then you ran into Jay Wilson.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that was I wasn't expecting that. I think that he really helped elevate the bike because I really had to push it. So unfortunately, we got together in the moto, and it fired me up. You know, like I think it was a racing incident. You know, he told me like, dude, I'm in the wrong here. Like, I made a bad decision. I didn't expect you to commit to that corner.
Well, and it's very hard on the e-bikes because you can't hear them.
With no sound.
I've been on the opposite end. I had a guy, I was like a guy, no, at Glen Helen, you know, you pull off after the finish. A guy was on the right-hand side of the track, bro, and just didn't hear me, and I'm wide open on my Stark, and the guy just cuts to get off the track and touched my
Qué gran
front wheel.
problema. Ahora dice, estaba probando una Star en Glen Helen, creo que ha dicho. Dice, iba por un lado, dice, claro, el que no me escuchó el otro hizo así. Y se tocaron.
Like
y al
that.
suelo, ¿no?
My front wheel full lock, like skidding. I put all my weight back and just didn't crash.
Es que es un
And
problema.
that's what happened.
No llegó a chocar, dice, bro.
You can't hear him. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Dice,
So,
claro, es que no nos
so
escuchan.
yeah, when we got together, I was pretty fired up. So I was like, I'm gonna smash this guy at the last moto, and smash myself. So, but I was riding great before that. It was awesome, dude. I mean, the bike was fun. I think that Honda's going about it in the right way. You know, they're saying, hey, we want to create another category. We don't want to replace.
Ojo. Dice, está bien, dice, Honda está en el camino correcto. Dice, Honda le dijo, queremos crear otra categoría. No queremos reemplazar
Which
lo que
makes
hay.
sense for their business model. Why would they shut out most of their motorcycle profit by trying to replace it? So, and there's so many years of development with mechanical engines that, like, the electric engines are just...
There's still something too.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a thing.
Aunque creo que Honda no hizo un de estos que decía que en el año 2040 puede ser, que ya no iban a tener combustión. O lo mismo me estoy fumando un porro, no
To
sé.
go and to ride a motor, to burn some gas.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So I think their idea of creating another category is great. There just was no way to race it at that point, other than racing with the bikes. You know, I think we originally wanted to race it with the 250s, just in the development, but the sanctioning body was like, no,
They're way too good.
yeah, way too good. But
Yeah.
I think
How does it compare to the Stark? Have you obviously would have ridden one of those?
I mean, it's the same in the ways of the characteristics, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll hop on the 2 and kind of go like, okay, this is
The same sort of
the same
vehicle.
sort of
Yeah.
thing. You know, kind of like selfishly, I think the Honda's better. Just there's so much time involved in the chassis development.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that
it's
Honda
probably
has.
a lot of the frame.
It just feels like a race machine. And this isn't a put down
Se
on Stark.
siente como
When
una
I've
moto de
ridden
carreras.
the Stark, it feels really playful and fun.
Dice, no es una crítica a Stark, pero cuando la he cogido la Stark se siente realmente juguetona y
And,
divertida.
like, all these exciting
Claro, está diciendo, la Honda se siente como una moto de competición. Y la Stark se nota como más divertida. Dice, no es una crítica.
things, but it doesn't feel so much like a racing
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
The CRE was like, it was a racer.
Yeah. A lot of comparable parts, all transferring over.
Yeah.
Chassis.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
basically a CRF that was kind of like Frankenstein, you
Yeah.
know? So, so there's just so many years of development in that.
Ah, está diciendo, ten en cuenta que era un poco Frankenstein, ¿no? Que tiene que haber más años de desarrollo y tal. O sea, que eran una pieza por aquí, otra por allá. O sea, que estaba todo un poco Frankenstein, no
But,
estaba todo...
Yeah, the whole process was cool because it was so young. I mean, they had the Mugen that was kind of
Oh yeah.
out that one of the Masuda, I think, had ridden at maybe one of the races for like a demo or something that we saw maybe in like 2016 or 17 or something.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the basis, but it had never really been put through the paces. So the first couple weeks was interesting.
Yeah.
It was a lot, you know, like
Oh,
actually
big learning curve.
riding it hard. I put that thing through some stuff. Had to push it back a few times. So, but the progress that it made in like 3 months blew my mind.
So how many trips did you do back
Es que en
and
3
forth?
meses tuvo un progreso que me dejó loco.
I did, I think 4
Okay.
total.
Did you get to ride it here or it's only
No,
there?
there were at that time there was only like 3 or 4 of them. So,
So cool, dude.
yeah, and that part is
10-year-old train.
crazy, dude. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
all like it's all machined, right? Like it's none of it's cast. It's just looks trick.
Oh,
You know, it's
stop
a
it.
beautiful machine.
Es una
Um,
hermosa máquina.
And I think we would have been a lot better at Off Road Village had we not had the rain that we had. Because
Yes. Big difference.
I mean, I raced or did all the testing like on this table, you know. So like all of our battery consumption, all of our endurance, all of our suspension was on like hard pack because traditionally that's what Off Road Village was, and that's kind of why it was chosen for
Vale.
you
The
know, it kind of
test,
gave us the
yeah.
best chance.
Es que llegaron un poco, ¿no? Decía que teníamos la moto un poco para terreno duro, que era donde la habíamos probado, tal, y llegamos allí con la lluvia, tal. O sea que no,
That's
no
it,
estaba
the
la moto
longevity part
puesta
of it,
para ese fin
yeah.
de semana.
And then it's kind of like the lesser amount of strain as some of the other tracks. And it
Oh,
was
and you just get so much more speed
Yeah.
out of it as
Yeah.
well.
so you know, we had to, you know, cut some power to make it last. So it was, I would say it was probably like a 350 maybe.
Yeah.
Full
Oh, so
power,
Honda's making one of them.
full power for the start.
So you just said Honda's making a 350.
Oh yeah, it'll be out. Yeah, that's what Ruben raced.
Esto lo ha dicho de broma, ¿no? Dice, es como una 3,5. Te dice, pero has dicho que Honda está sacando una 3,5. Dice, sí, saldrá. Pero claro, se están riendo a la vez.
So yeah, no, the whole experience was incredible. I think we would have been more competitive if it was dry, but
Yeah.
I really struggled.
Dice,
in
en seco
qualifying
hubiéramos sido
races,
más
muddy,
competitivos. Me costó
and
mucho.
I couldn't hear it, couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
Claro, dice, es que no podía ni oírla ni sentirla, porque estaba muy embarrado el circuito. Eso
There
tiene que
was
ser
a lot of
rarísimo.
things that in the ruts, I hadn't ridden it in ruts, like was difficult, but the amount of time. I mean, I didn't ride it. I don't think until September, and then I raced it at the end of October. So the amount of development in between that time was like, it blew my mind. Like, it was wild.
Do you have any indication of like how far away that would be for production?
I don't. I mean, that it's as a test rider. You don't get a lot of information.
Yeah, true way.
you
You're
know.
on a need
Vale,
to know
even-
dice,
basis.
tú sabrás cuándo va a salir, no dice no. Dice, como piloto de prueba no tenemos ese tipo de
And with
información.
this new prototype that Ruben raced, it's like, hey, thanks for the data. Like, we'll call you next time.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah. In any information that you do get, it's kind of like you see it and then it's gone. You know,
Yeah.
you don't get to really keep anything or, know any hard facts.
Which is probably good because then you can't risk slipping up.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm personal contracted, right? So if I go to another brand next year, I mean,
You can't
I
take any
can't
with
take
you.
any of that information with me. So
yeah.
So it's
Claro.
probably the smart way, and it's
Pues lógica, ¿no? Está diciendo que claro, de contratos y tal. Dice, imagínate que el año que viene me voy a otra marca. No puedo tener esa información tampoco.
I've made the mistake with the 25 machine talking about it too much before it was out, because
You're a frother.
I'm a frother, I'm like talking
Yeah.
about this new linkage and all this new theory, and they're like, hey,
Tracer.
you can't talk about
Shut
this.
up.
Yeah, yeah. The very nice.
Que ya le
polite
llamaron la
way.
atención por los
Yeah.
2025.
Oh, Trey,
Yeah.
Tío,
big mouth,
cállate ya.
cause problem.
Please stop now. Fired. So yeah, I can nerd out on it, and so it's probably I've gotten better at just understanding what I can and can't talk about, and trying to dance those lines is especially like with this Ruben thing. There's obviously things I love about this bike and want to
Hay
blab
cosas
on
que me
about
encantan
for
de esta
forever,
moto,
but,
pero claro, tampoco puedo hablar
but
de ella,
I'm just
ni,
not going to because it's
ni puedo ni lo voy a
the
hacer.
work of a lot of hard people that they want to
Hay mucha gente trabajando
keep to
detrás.
themselves. So yeah, that's probably why.
If you enjoyed this content,
Bueno,
please
vale,
like.
tampoco es mucho más. Gente, hoy ha sido un stream muy cortito, pero nos vamos a ir, ¿vale? Porque he empezado súper tarde. Bueno, ni tan corto. Se me ha hecho mi corto entonces. Pero es que es tarde, gente. Es tarde. Nos vemos mañana, ¿vale? Nos vemos mañana. Muchas gracias a todos por haber estado ahí.